Hey, what's up, Taylor? Got week 4 deload week here for you. Starting out with some squats for a triple, 345. Honestly, this felt like crap. Just kind of like the weight was kind of shifting to my toes, and felt like I kind of got folded in half in the hole and stuff, and just did not feel good at all. I had done 325 the set before, and that felt really good, so I thought I could jump it up to 345, but didn't feel very good at all. So, but that is what it is. Had some back off sets of 9 after that. Those felt good. During these back off sets, I'm just going to touch on a couple points. My shoulder felt great this week. I had, I think, 0 pain the entire week, so that was awesome. SI joint felt better. I think I had mentioned last week that it was kind of bugging me quite a bit, so I was kind of happy for a deload week, and it was still bugging me this week a little bit. Anywhere where you can see I didn't increase my back off sets was kind of the days it was bugging me. So, but overall, I'd say feels a lot better than it did. So, yep, just gonna keep just kind of listening to my body, and if I have a good day, I'll increase the weights, and if I don't, then I'll just play it safe and live to fight another day, try and be pain-free, since we got a lot of weeks left till our meet. So, let's see, after this I did bench, starting out with 245 for a triple RP 8, maybe 8.5, to be honest with you, how it kind of felt. Again, can maybe kind of overshot this one a little bit, but bench felt really good this week. So I want to touch on something. I had it in my notes. Actually, I'm going to touch on it later because we're going to be kind of moving kind of quick here. So did some back off sets on bench. I think those went really well. So bench is feeling pretty solid right now. I think we're making some pretty good progress. Let's see. After this, we have pause deadlifts. Yeah, pause deadlifts. And on these, my SI joint wasn't feeling great, too good at all, so I kind of left the back off sets as is, 410. And by the time I was done at the gym, it was fine. It was just kind of angry when I was at the gym. So I think this, out of the whole week, this is probably the day that it kind of hurt the most. But I think leaving my back off sets as is definitely helps. So then moving on to tempo bench, did 225 for a single, and I did 225 for a single last week. I thought this looked a lot better. So yeah, thought that looked a lot better. Did some back off sets here, so maybe I'll touch on it now. With my squat, like, I feel like maybe down the road again, we put in a third squat day. So have like 2 comp squat days and then a safety squat bar one like we used to. And I completely agree with what you did with it right now, because you dropped it to 2 days a week just to try and like keep my SI joint healthy, and I completely agree. Especially when we're doing these sets of 10s and sets of 8s and stuff. I feel like a third squat day might put me over the edge a little bit. But I do feel like I really enjoy squatting 3 times a week, and my form felt so locked towards the end of that last block. Yeah, so it just, like, the last couple weeks, I guess maybe this is a little bit of an overreaction. My squats just kind of felt like crap. But that could be just, again, an overreaction. But down the road, wherever you see fit, I would like to, I think squatting 3 times a week has felt the best for me. I think this benching 3 times a week is doing really good. My shoulder, I think, is doing pretty well. And deadlifting 2 times a week, I think, has been a real help too. I think, that's obviously the lift that I am probably have my best technique in and can lift the most weight in, so I feel like the extra rest really does help me. So let me know your thoughts on that, and maybe you were already planning on putting in it 3 times a week after we kind of get through the 10s and the 8s, but yeah, I think a comp squat day and then a safety squat bar variation and then a comp squat day at the end of the week, I think, helps me just mentally and helps me with my form. I think my technique overall in squat is probably the worst out of the 3 lifts, maybe. At least it feels the worst. So I feel like squatting more often helps. Touch on these. We did some tempo squats. I did not do pins because of I didn't even want to risk it, like flaring up my SI joint. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Take the pins out this week. Just play it smart. I think that was a good call because my SI joint didn't feel too bad on this day. I got to increase the weights on the back offsets. And even on my deadlift day on Saturday, I got to increase the weights because my SI joints feel pretty good on that day too. So I think it was a good call to just say screw the pins on this day. And yeah, just try not to flare it up at all. So moving on after that, we have some more bench. We did 230 for a triple at RPE 7. I think this looked pretty good. I can't remember. Oh yeah, this is the set where I had thought those first 2 reps I didn't pause long enough, so I'm like, I'm gonna punish myself. And then I paused for a really long time on the 3rd one. But the pauses actually didn't look as bad looking back on them on video. Then did some back offsets 5. Like I said, super good week for the bench. And as far as shoulder health wise and everything, just felt really good. So very pleased. And then after this, last lift of the week, we did some deadlifts. And like I said, the SI joint was actually feeling better than it did earlier in the week, so that was a good thing to have happen on Saturday. Do feel like I kind of rushed a couple some of these reps. I'm a very aggressive puller, and I just feel like I kind of lost a little bit of positioning. Could do better, getting tighter in the bottom, pulling that slack out better, setting my lats better. So got a little too aggressive, I think, on some of these pulls and just lost a little bit of positioning in the bottom. I was obliterating these back offsets though. But a little patience, a little more, getting a little tighter, I think would do me good on these. So yeah, man, let me know what you think about all this, and looking forward to the next 4-week block. All right, and also body weight turning in about 202, I'd say, somewhere in that range. This week's is still kind of around that range, 202, 203. So thanks, man.